Hey, this is Brian Reich, back again with another WordPress tutorial for you guys. In my last video, I talked about how to install themes on your WordPress site, and today we're going to be talking about something very closely related. We're going to talk about how to install plugins. First, you might be wondering a little bit about what is a plugin. Well, a plugin for WordPress is basically a component that you can install to add features or enhance features that aren't initially built into WordPress. These are things like image sliders, contact forms. There's even plugins that will enhance your search engine optimization. They just do all kinds of things. Literally anything that a clever developer can come up with, I think a WordPress plugin can do it. There's two types of plugins. There are free plugins, which are available through the WordPress website or through the plugins menu right in your WordPress site. There's also premium plugins, which are plugins that cost you money. Those you can find elsewhere on the internet. Some examples are Nevo Slider, which is one that I highly recommend, as well as WooCommerce, which is an e-commerce package for WordPress. With WooCommerce, the plugin itself is free, but then they have premium additions to it that give you things like credit card processing and shipping estimates, stuff like that. Those are some other very high quality premium plugins that I would recommend as well. Anyway, let's just dive right into it. First, we're going to install a free plugin, and in order to install a free plugin, you can go to the plugins menu on your WordPress site and go to Add New. And here you can do anything. You can search for anything using the search feature right here. If I type in contact and hit search plugins, I'm going to get all kinds of contact form plugins. You can also go to featured. Jetpack is a very popular plugin that adds a whole bunch of features actually to WordPress. You're probably going to want to look at that at some point. There's popular, and there's newest. Oh, right here, I might as well show you this. Akismet is a spam filter that's built right into WordPress. That's a plugin. It's free. I highly recommend checking that out. WordPress actually comes with this plugin already installed. Anyway, let's go back. We're going to install Contact Form 7. Here it is, actually. Once you find the plugin that you want to install, you'll just click Install Now and hit OK to confirm that. Now right here, depending on your site setup, you might be asked for an FTP username and password. If you are, you would go ahead and type that in right now and hit OK, and then you'd be coming up to the same screen that I'm at right now, where you can choose to either activate your plugin or return to plugin installer. Before your plugin is actually active, you're going to have to click Activate. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we have Contact Form 7 installed on our site. In order to use that, all plugins vary, but for Contact Form 7 we get this contact menu right up here, and there's a sample contact form already added. Let's go ahead and just click Edit to that. We'll show you a little bit about how to use this. Here is our form setup, where an individual can type in their name, their email, a subject, and a message, and it'll add a submit button, of course, to the end of that. You can customize it by adding additional markup over here, or adding fields. See, we have text fields, email, text, drop-down, checkboxes, etc., etc., etc. What we would do now to add the contact form to any page on our site is we would take this code right up here and copy it. And just for the sake of this example, we're going to add a new page to our site. We'll call it Contact Us, and we'll paste that code in right there. Now, when I hit Preview, we should see there we go. We see a new page with that contact form on it. And that was a very easy way to add a Contact Us feature to our website. It only took us a couple of seconds. We can customize that further. We can edit the page, or if we want to change any settings on that form, we would just go back to the Contact plugin, edit the form, and we can add and remove fields to that as necessary, change who receives that email, just all kinds of stuff. Next let's talk about how to install a premium plugin. I've already downloaded one that I purchased previously called Nevo Slider. Now, I really like this plugin because, frankly, all of the image slider plugins that are free out there have left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I always try to use a free plugin first to accomplish a task, but if there's nothing out there that does what I need it to do, heck, I am more than happy to pay somebody else for making a quality product. So Nevo is one plugin that I've purchased, and I'm going to show you how to install that now. Again, we'll go to Plugins, Add New, and right up here at the top on this list of links that we were looking at before, we have an Upload option. We can use this to upload a zip file containing a plugin that we've downloaded elsewhere. We'll go ahead and do a Choose File, and I'm going to go ahead and locate the plugin that I downloaded. I have it buried way in here. There it is, Nevo-Slider. And I'll click Install Now. Now, once again, if your site wasn't set up quite the way that mine was, you might be prompted for an FTP username and password right now, and you would type that in, and it would upload your plugin via FTP. Either way, you would find yourself at this screen after the upload finishes. And again, we have to click Activate Plugin. And this plugin, just like Contact Form did, added an additional menu onto the WordPress dashboard. And let's go ahead and create a new slider, just for the heck of it. We'll upload a couple of images that I've already selected. These are pictures of me being completely ridiculous for Halloween and other such occasions. Here we go. We'll just select those, click Open, and then we'll click Upload. And as you can see down below here, we can set up our slider all kinds of different ways. And maybe someday I might actually do an additional tutorial just on this plugin because I find it so useful. But for today, we'll leave it at the defaults. And similarly to the Contact Forms plugin, this gives us a code that we can copy and paste into any of our posts or pages to put this slider in the page or post. We got to click Publish for this slider to become live. And now we're going to, again for the sake of the example, add a new page to our WordPress site. And I'm going to call it Ugly Pictures of Me, because they certainly are. I'm going to paste that shortcode in there, and we'll do a preview. And sure enough, there are certainly some ugly pictures of me. And normally when you do a slider like this, you would be selecting images that are all the same size. As you can see, this one's actually resizing between images to accommodate the fact that they're all different widths and heights. It's kind of ugly, but it's actually nice that it gives us the option to do so, I guess. Anyway, so that's Nevo. Once again, I said that there are two types of plugins. There's free and there's premium. Premium plugins are usually pretty safe. It doesn't work in a plugin developer's advantage to create bad plugins or create plugins that are going to hurt your site or result in you getting hacked. Free plugins, on the other hand, are a completely different story. If you're going to use free plugins, you should only use plugins from the WordPress site that you can download straight through the Add New feature here within WordPress. If you do download free plugins from any other source, do that at your own risk. The plugins that go into the WordPress plugin directory, they've been vetted by the community a little bit and are reasonably safe, and they're usually updated fairly frequently. If you download plugins or themes for that matter from other locations, be on the lookout. A lot of times those free plugins will have code embedded in them that can damage your site or spam your site, just do all kinds of terrible things, so I really don't recommend that. Use free plugins from the WordPress plugin directory or use premium plugins, but don't download free plugins from other sources. Well, I think that's all I have today as far as plugins go. I hope this has been helpful. In the future, I think I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of these plugins in more detail, because there's so many plugins that are just so useful in WordPress to get your site up and running quickly and add some really neat features. But I hope this has been informative and fun for you today. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.